Namaste, welcome to our Group 1 services guidance classes telecasted by TSAT. In these sessions, we are discussing various areas like science and technology, current affairs, economy, Indian economy, history, Telangana movement, like nearly 13 concepts we are discussing as per the syllabi of TGPSC for the Group 1 services. In science and technology, a very important area is cyber security. As you know it, the total world becomes as a global village. So each and every transaction, not only money transaction, all kinds of transactions and daily life activities done with the help of this digital platform, correct? So when there is a enormous growth in the digital sector, definitely there is a negative shade also here. One of the negative shade is what you call it as simply it is cyber crimes. So we need the cyber security, different kinds of viruses and different kinds of malware softwares and different kinds of theftings are happening. So different organizations are there to what you call it, to provide the security for these cyber crimes. So we are going to discuss what is cyber security and what kind of attacks are done here, what kind of viruses are they are using in India, what kind of cyber attacks are done here. So all these things we are going to discuss in this session. Okay. So cyber security means we are using the word called as a cyber. So if you want to learn anything, so the terminology is very important. So when you are preparing for any competitive examination, even academic examination, so terminology is very important. The total information is involved, packed in the terminology. So once you understand the terminology, it's a very easy to understand the concepts. So that's a very important. So here today's concept is cyber security means what is cyber? The term cyber is used in relation to the culture of computers, information technology and virtual reality. So that's called as a cyber. Cyber means it's a culture of computers, information technology and virtual reality. The connection between internet ecosystems forms a cyberspace. The threat to cyberspace leads to an issue and gives rise to the need for a cybersecurity. So once here so many people are using the cyberspace, so they will send different kinds of OTPs, means one time passwords, OTPs. They will theft our personal information, sensitive information. They will do morphing also, like some anti-social things also done by using this technology. Means so we need a security. That's a very important. So once the threats on cyberspace leads and issues to give rise the need for cyber security. So now are you understand what is cyber? Cyber means it's a culture of computers, information technology and virtual reality. Okay. So what are the different kinds of threats on cyberspace? This is the first thing here. That is interconnectedness of sectors. So means you see there is a different kinds of interconnectedness is there. So when you browse one thing, immediately another unwanted information will be arise on it. So means it disturbs and it diversifies our search engine also. Clear? That's called as interconnectedness of sectors. An increase in the number of exposure points. So unwanted information also will be displayed and it disturbs suddenly in the particular information, unwanted information will be added for it. So it increases in the number of exposure points and concentration of assets. So means they will ask, maybe all of you have a personal experience of it. So actually if you want to, they don't want to need of Aadhaar link. So, we want to make a Aadhaar link to you for your bank accounts, and we will modify it, like they will send the messages to us. Through that messages, if you send the information, they will theft our personal information, at the same time our assets also. Okay. So, they concentrate, especially these cyber criminals concentrate on our assets. So, they want to theft our information and our assets, our what you call it, financial assets also. These are the very important. As per NITI Aayog report, the threats to cyberspace have increased dramatically over the last 10 years. The cyber attacks leads to the exposure of, so as you know that NITI Aayog recently given the report on the threats on cyberspace. So, when you compare the last 10 years, so this crime rate increases dramatically. So, unexpected also here. So, these cyber criminals, they theft our sensitive information. Means here generally we use some passwords, some key, correct, keynotes, all this information which is very important, which is going to be hide, which is totally personalized. That information will be theft from these cyber criminals. And personal information, they will take the total personal information and they will misuse that personal information also. They will use it as a morphing also. So, that is sometimes this kind of morphing things will commits the weak mind for people for the suicides also. Very dangerous. And the same time business information also. So, lot of attacks, cyber attacks done on the business information. So, their transactions, their business secrets, simply they theft that information, and business strategies, these cyber criminals will attack on that business information. So, as per the NITI Aayog report, so the cyber attacks as classified as 3 kinds, that is especially the exposure on the sensitive information, personal information and business information. Okay. Why then, what is the need for the cyber security? Why the cyber security is required? So, here especially there are 4 major areas, that is to get a protection from the cyber attacks, damage to our cyberspace and misuse of cyberspace and economic expunges. So, the cyber security protects the cyberspace from the following. So, means here generally we will get a cyber attacks, means here sometimes it spoils not only the software which is already downloaded in our system, sometimes it attacks our hardware also, that information. Okay, it attacks it, and at the same time it so they will theft that sensitive information, personal information, even our business information also will be thefted by these. So, this is very important. Cyber attacks will give one of the thing here. The next, damage to cyberspace. So, we have, so means here already people are now using their own websites, they developed different gamings, different things here. So, all these things, so simply by sending a malwares or by sending virus or by writing a special software which damage our cyberspace. So, this is the second one. And the third one, misuse of the cyberspace. So, generally these softwares they are using for the antisocial elements and for thefting and for thefting the intellectual property rights, IPs, intellectual property rights also. As you know, as everyone knows it here, and the copyright problem. So, some persons will prepare one YouTube, for example, one video, one creation, that creation simply the people without taking the permission of the writer or author, the creator, without taking the permission of those people, there is no right to us to copy those things. That's the reason, and simply we will say, so if it is under the Creative Commons, then only we can take that, and if it is a open source, then only we can download and we can use it. But when it is not an open source, there is no possibility to use it, as you can take download and you can use it for our personal purposes. So this is nothing but it comes under the misuse of cyberspace. And the next one is economic exposures. Means that already we discussed that is so they will attack on our bank accounts and our financial transactions also, correct? So that gives a lot of disturbance to save. That's the reason generally we will make some passwords, correct? And we suggested most frequently change your password, because there is a possibility of cyber attack on your account. Clear? So these things here. So the need for cyber security generally we can classify as 4 kinds. One is cyber attacks, damage to cyberspace, and misuse of cyberspace, and economic exposures. Clear? Okay. Now just evaluation of cyber security. What kind of issues will be done, and what kind of cyber security you have to take initiative. This is a very important in point of examination. Not only in point of examination, even as a person which is used this science and especially this information technology, so definitely we have to know it. In 1990s, generally they will use viruses. They will use a virus, okay, which threats our cyberspace. So that virus in 1990s. So to give a protection from the viruses, generally we take the initiative in point of cyber security, that is antivirus and firewalls. Maybe all of you know this very well. Simply we will run the antivirus program and firewalls programs into our system to protect from the virus. So actually it is done in 1990s. That's that issue raised in 1990. It is continued. In 2000, the worms. And so this will the cybersecurity initiative for this worms is introduction, detection, and prevention. So we have to detect and we have to prevent from that worms. So that's the cybersecurity initiative. So from the worms, which was actually initiated from 2000 onwards. Okay, next botnets. So botnets means simply this is another issue, means and this is a DLP application, aware firewalls and SIMs. Okay, so this from 2000 onwards, so these botnets are attacking our cyberspace and theft our personal and sensitive information, and also it disturbs our softwares also. Okay, and the next one is APT insiders, even APT insiders also. That means by using network of flow analysis initiative, we can protect from the APT insiders which is still present. Means what are the different issues in point of cyber security presently, means you can say botnets and APT insiders. This is a very, very important. So here this is the chronological order of the issues in the cyber crime, cyber space. So the attacks on the cyber space. So in 1990s it was virus, in 2000 it is worms, and 2000 onwards it is simply botnets, and of course another one is APT insiders. Clear? Okay. So the questions may come in this particular area. Then cyber threats and cyber security. There are types of cyber attacks that have evolved over a period of time. What kind of cyber attacks happens over a period of time? I will give a statistics to you. So now we will discuss those things here. The first one is virus. Then what is virus? Just now I discussed virus. In 1990s, it was a virus. What is virus? It is a malware that self-replicates and spreads by inserting copies of itself into other executable code or documents. Okay. So, means simply it's a virus is basically a malware. Itself only it replicates, means not only one time, 100 times, 1000 times, lakhs of times, and it spreads by inserting copies of itself into other executable code or documents. That's called a virus. So, the question they may ask, what is virus? So, means virus is a malware. Is it clear? It's a malware that self-replicates and spreads by inserting copies of itself and to other executable. So, if you want to take a protection from the virus, generally we are using different softwares called as antivirus softwares. Okay. Next, hacking websites. So, this hacking websites generally people are using hacking. This is one kind of cyber crime. This means here they will use the hacking and unauthorized access to any website belonging in a personal or professional space. So, it means when you have a personal or professional space, so there is no authority to use that or access that website, but by using this hacking website, some people as unauthorized the access to that website. Means here see railway has a department has hacking as its own website, means a PNR system, correct, means like reservation system or like different kinds of systems are there for railway system. Some people will enterize hack that website, means maybe you heard about those things here. The banking websites are sometimes hacking, or some company websites are hacking, like you can say this hacking happens for that. Clear? Next, malicious codes. It is a kind of security threat where any code present in software tends to bring harmful effects, breach the security of the system, or bring damage to the system. So, this is one more very dangerous thing here, that is called malicious codes. So, malicious codes, it is a kind of security threat where any code present in the software tends to bring harmful effects, means it breaches the security of the system, it brings damage to the system, and it's totally the total system will be disturbed, and the total system will be, sometimes you can say that word as a destroyed also. Okay. So, means malicious codes is a very dangerous is security threat. Clear? And just now malicious code is unwanted files or programs that can cause harm to, means actually we are doing some program is there. So, in between that program, so unwanted files, unwanted programs that when we cause harm to a computer or compromise data stored on a computer. So, means it simply stolen that information in the computer or it destroy that information, and so then there is no possibility to access that information. Various classification of malicious codes include viruses, worms, and Trojan horses. So, these malicious codes means example for is means it includes virus, worms. Just now we said from 2000 onwards we are facing the issues, that worms and Trojan horses also. So, these are the malicious codes. Clear? So this is a very important. We have to know, identify what are the various kinds of malicious codes. Means here we have to say viruses, worms and Trojan horses. Okay. Now we have advanced worms and Trojan. This is again a malware that 𝗂𝗽𝗋𝗄𝗧 as a regular software, however, once accessed bring damage to the hard drive. So means it's generally it seems to be a regular software. So that's the reason generally we will say, so if you doesn't know about that particular software, don't install the software, don't download the software into our system. If you download the software into our system, once you access that software, simply it damages our the hard drive and background systems, and it corrupts allocation systems also. So that's advanced worms and Trojan, it helps. So for that reason, generally if it is a totally unknown websites, don't touch access the unknown websites, and some porn sites also there. So means through these porn sites also the people will send these advanced worms and Trojans. Definitely it brings damage to the hard drive, and not only damage to the hard drive, it damages the background systems also, and corrupts the allocation system. Okay. Now we are using a Trojan horse. So what is Trojan horse? A Trojan horse is a virus, is a type of malware that downloads onto a computer disguised as a legitimate program. The delivery method typically sees an attacker use social engineering to hide malicious code within the legitimate software to try and gain user system access with their software. So means this one, what will happen here, by using social engineering, so this malicious code will be hidden within legitimate software. It try and gains user system. So means this Trojan horse virus, by using this Trojan horse virus, this attacker will try to gain user system access with their software. Clear? So means here, so that cyber attacker will get an access to use our software, and this malicious code will be hidden. So it's very difficult to identify it also. Clear? That's about a Trojan horse. So Trojan horse virus is a type of malware that downloads onto a computer. Means simply Trojan horse, this virus simply downloads the malware and disguised as a legitimate program. So this is one more important thing. Then identity theft and phishing. So it is a cyber attack involving fraudulent emails posing as authorized entities in order to induce people to reveal their information, that is personal and professional information. So means here they will theft our identity. They will take the total personal information and professional information. Simply they will theft our personal information and professional information, and they will send a fraudulent emails. So once you open that email, simply they will theft our total information regarding our personal or professional information. So that's very important. That's called phishing. And DOS and DDoS. DOS and DDoS means DOS and DOT. Okay. DOS stands for denial of service attack, and DDoS stands for distributed denial of service attack. So this is a very important. What is the full form of DOS and DDoS is very important. DOS means DOS stands for denial of service attack, and DDoS means stands for distributed denial of service attack. The attackers make the machine or network unavailable by disrupting services of the host network through the flood of superfluous requests to overload system. And when such flooding of requests comes from various ends, it is termed as DDoS. Means, for example, when you open one website, so when the cyber attacker sends this virus, simply the DDoS means here distributed denial of service attack. So what will happen? So there is a flood of request comes, means so many windows will open, means uncounted windows will open. Finally it denies the total service. So that's a very, very important. So these are the another one is they may ask the question about DOS and DDoS. DOS means denial of services and DDoS means a distributed denial of services. Clear? Okay. Now the last one is a cyber exploit. This means usually when a government's or important organization's privacy is posed at a risk due to illegal use of computer networks to seek confidential information. So means here, as you know that DRDOs, ISROs, defense, all these government organizations have confidential information, correct? So there is no possibility to use it without their permission, correct? It's not, these are not open sources, but illegal use of these computer networks to seek a confidential information is called a cyber exploits. Okay. Then what are the different cyber attacks in India? So the topmost causes of cyber attacks in India are phishing and social engineering, malware, spear phishing, denial of service, that is simply just now I said, that is DOS, out of date software, ransomware. These are the different cyber attacks done in India, that is phishing and social engineering, malware, spear phishing, denial of service and out of date software, ransomware. Clear? These are the various things here. Then what is phishing? Phishing is a form of social engineering. Phishing attacks use email or malicious websites to solicit personal information by posing as a trustworthy organization. So this is very important. As they will send email by as a trustworthy organization. Then the people will feel that it's a trustworthy organization. They will access that website. Once they access that website, then it solicits the total personal information. Clear? So that is called as phishing. That is a social engineering. It's one kind of form of social engineering. Okay. Now we are going to see that what are the different cyber attacks in India. The cyber attacks in India, the first one is coronavirus pandemic based cyber attack. Especially in the COVID-19, the usage of cyberspace is dramatically increased, as you know that, because every transaction is done on in a digital platform only, correct? Even government also encourages digital transactions. So, they give more importance for the digital transactions, and they give more importance for the digital money, and so that is the reason. So, there is a coronavirus pandemic based cyber attack, that is Microsoft has reported that cyber crooks are using COVID-19 situation in 2020 to defraud the people through phishing and ransomware in India and the world. So, that this word is very important in the pandemic situation, COVID-19 cyber crooks, as per Microsoft report. And next, phishing, that is Union Bank of India. As you know that Union Bank of India has in July 2016, and 𝗬𝗏 ransomware in May 2017, various computer networks in India were locked down by ransom seeking hardware. This is another thing happens in May 2017, that is the computer networks in India were totally locked down by the ransom seeking hackers. And data theft. In May 2017, the food tech company Zomato, very familiar Zomato is a food tech company, faced the theft of information of nearly 17 million users. Okay, because we have we will order our food from the Zomato, means the Zomato food tech company was faced the theft of information for the nearly 17 million users. And 𝗃𝗃 ransomware contained handling function, a terminal operated by Danish firm AP Moller Maersk in Mumbai's Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust got affected. And 𝗬𝗏 botnet. In September 2016, 𝗬𝗏 malware launched as a DDoS attack on the website, a well-known security expert. So, these are the different attacks happens in the cyber space. These are the different cyber attacks in India, and just we give the information. So, these are the different softwares, cyber attacks, and cyber malwares and cyber virus and phishing. All these things you have to prepare for the examination. Definitely it helps, not only for the examination, even general usage also. These are very important. Thank you.